Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. I was at work when this happened. Had no idea this went down. I didn't know about this till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning last night. But it went down before 11 o'clock last night. With 4 weeks left in the NBA till the NBA season starts, we just got a massive trade go down. As the hometown Knicks, my New York Knicks, have acquired Karl Anthony Towns in a trade for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick from the Detroit Pistons. Okay. How we feeling? Me? I don't know yet. Like, I'm now grasping this whole trade. Well, for the Knicks, offensively, probably maybe a little better. I said a little. I mean, not much has changed, but maybe a little better. I mean, you now have a center who can stretch the floor. He's probably the best three-point shooting center in the league. Offensively, Towns can put the ball in the hoop. Like, literally this past season, Karl Towns dropped 60. You know what I'm saying? So, offensively, Towns can put the ball in the basket. We good on that front. It's the defensive part that's kind of bothering me. See, I remember having not really a conversation, but it was like a small little talk I had with somebody. Somebody was talking about how we needed an offensive center because Mitchell Robinson wasn't going to cut it. I'm saying him in my mind, like, Mitchell Robinson does exactly what Mitchell Robinson needs to do. He gets rebounds, he defends. That's all he technically needs to do. But for some reason, somebody said we needed an offensive center. And I'm saying here, like, the Knicks have a whole bunch of offense. Like, how much more offense do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, Mitchell Robinson doesn't cripple them like that. But for some reason, that person thought that. Now, we got an offensive player who is questionable on defense. Like, Towns could block. He's 7 feet. He can block, but not to a Mitchell Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mitchell Robinson, what Mitchell Robinson has, it's like what Mitchell Robinson can do, Towns can't. And what Towns can do, Mitchell Robinson can't. But now that Towns is coming onto a team coached by Tom Thibodeau, not only will Thibodeau drain Towns of all the energy, like, he will probably run that man 38 minutes a game, but hopefully he can develop Towns into a two-way player. Because I think Towns isn't that quick, but I think with the fact that Towns can space the floor, I believe Towns can defend at least 5 through maybe 4. Maybe. I ain't going to put him with a PG. I feel like a PG will still break Towns down 100%. But maybe Thibodeau could instill that defensive presence into Towns. Possibly. See, in Minnesota, he didn't really have that problem because Gobert was the center. He just turned to a power forward. All Towns had to do there was just do what he do now and just shoot, space the floor. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to have that problem with Gobert. Now Towns is back to being the center. He's no longer the power forward anymore. He's back to being his natural position, which was the center. So now Towns is going to have to learn how to defend better with space in the floor. Like Towns can legit become a two-way big if Thibodeau instills the defensive presence in him. Hopefully Mitchell Robinson and Towns go crazy in practice to the point Mitchell Robinson, maybe Mitch Robinson can teach him something. He could probably say, hey, listen, I try to defend this way, so that way the person coming into the paint can't really get in there easily, or what's your dominant hand? I blocked that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Mitchell Robinson can help Towns develop a defensive game. I don't know about Towns helping Mitchell Robinson develop an offensive game. I don't know about that because Mitchell Robinson's point in time, I never want to see Mitchell Robinson ever shoot the ball. I never want to see that, right? So we'll see what goes down with that. But this could be good. This could be amazing for the Knicks. I didn't see this coming, so I don't really have reserved thoughts for this. But who knows? It may work perfectly. Only time will tell. As for Minnesota gets Dante DiVincenzo for a bench piece. So DiVincenzo goes literally back to the bench, even though that's where he was gonna go anyway. But Dante DiVincenzo adds depth to the Minnesota bench because that was the one thing about Minnesota. They barely had a bench. Barely. I mean, they had Alexander Walker come off the bench. Forgot who else came off that bench. But, Nas Reed. They had Nas Reed and Alexander Walker. That was like the only two good bench players. They didn't have nothing else really after that. Now they got Dante DiVincenzo, who definitely can come off the bench and spark that thing when needed. So they're good on that front. In terms of Julius Randle, though, that's the thing. See, luckily, Minnesota still has Rudy Gobert, so they ain't got to really worry about the paint not being defended. I just know for a fact Julius Randle ain't going to be doing what he was doing in New York. I already know that because Julius Randle ran a lot of ISO. A lot of ISO. And now he's on the team with Anthony Edwards. And we already know Ant ain't playing that. Yo, Anthony Edwards is not playing that, bro. Like, that man is not going to sit here and let Julius Randle ISO every play. He's not going. Like, if he sees Julius Randle just sitting there, dribbling the ball left and right, Ant going to yell at him, like, yo, bro, what you doing? Like, pass the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pass the ball. Like, what are you doing? Like, and then once the play's over, Ant going to be like, you stupid, man. You ain't doing this. like, this ain't New York, man. You ain't going to be doing this every play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either pass the ball, get off the court. You know what I'm saying? You already know Ant going to be having it. So, it's interesting to see how Julius Randle's game is gonna be different because he's going. But Julius Randle's not a bad passer. Julius Randle can pass the ball too. He's a very good passer for his position. So maybe that could help as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, Towns spaced the floor, got the shots when he needed, got in there when he needed. Julius Randle could do the exact same thing. And he could definitely get in the paint as well because, Julius Randle's just strong like that. But again, Julius Randle ran a lot of ISO. He cannot do that on his Minnesota team. And defensively, Randle was solid. He was a solid defender for his position. But he definitely could rebound the ball as well, so I guess we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I guess we'll see. But I know for a fact all that ISO he was doing in New York is not going to run in Minnesota. So I guess we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We will see. There's a lot of ball handlers. I just realized there's actually now 3 ball handlers on that team now. Because it's Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, because Anthony Edwards, you know, he's the ball handler as well. And now it's Julius Randle. So it's actually going to see how all three of those mesh together. But it's funny because I also saw a post about the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I believe, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Timberwolves, I don't know if ESPN had them projected to win a certain amount of games, but I saw a post that said Timberwolves were projected to win 43 games this season. And I'm saying, like, they won 50 last year. How are they projected to win less? And they didn't lose anybody, really. Like, the Timberwolves did not lose a big piece to that team. So I don't know how they're projected to win less, especially considering the fact they went to the Western Conference Finals last year. So why would they be projected to win less unless somebody got hurt? But now, as I think about it, do the Wolves win more? Well, they can't win more than 50. I don't think they'll win more than 50. I think they'll probably go down at least by like maybe 48. I think 48, 49. They'll be close to 50, but probably not to the 50 that they were last year. And then the Knicks. The Knicks had 50 wins last year as well. Do they get more this year? Again, if Towns becomes a defensive monster, not monster, but if he develops his defense as the season progresses, I'm telling you right now, the Knicks are going to be a problem. I think with getting Towns, they become... Actually, getting Towns probably puts them in a better position because now OG doesn't have to come off the bench anymore. Now he's the power forward. So it's Karl Anthony Towns, it's OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges. No, wait, hold on. Who was supposed to be the shooting guard? It was supposed to be Mikal Bridges, right? Yeah, it was. So it was supposed to be... Wait, hold on. Who's supposed to be... Was it DiVincenzo supposed to be the shooting guard? I think he was. Oh, damn. I think he was supposed to be rejected to be the shooting guard, wasn't he? Yeah. Damn. He got traded and now he's on the bench again? Sheesh. God damn. That's crazy. He was starting in New York. Now he's back to being a... He's back... Well, now he's back to being on the bench and now he's backing up Ant. And I saw the projected lineup. How the hell did I forget it? Is it gonna be Towns, Josh Hart, OG, Mikal, and Brunson? Because for some reason I don't like that lineup for some reason. I don't. I would put well, I guess it would be Towns, OG, Mikal, Josh Hart, and probably Brunson. I think that's probably the lineup. I'm mad I forgot the lineup. Unless they have Mitchell Robinson starting at the center and then Towns still remains the power forward, then you got Mikal. Actually, you can have OG, you can have Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal, or OG, whichever way you want to do it, and Jalen Brunson. I think that five would be a little better. I think it would be a little better. Unless they just move Towns back to the center position. And I think Josh Hart comes off the bench now. And he'll be starting. I don't know how the Knicks are gonna do this. I don't know if Mitchell Robinson just goes to the bench and then becomes that sixth man. But then who you take off the bench? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But we'll see how things go. But now things just got a lot interesting. Like the Knicks season was, the Knicks offseason was great. You know what I'm saying? You got Mikal Bridges. You re-signed OG. I didn't think they were going to do that. And now you got Karl Anthony Towns. It's interesting. I am a little sad, though, because I did want to see how the DiVincenzo, Brunson, Hart, Bridges connection. I wanted to see that Wildcats connection. Because you know how they were. You know how Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart were. You know, we saw that dynamic. We saw how that worked on the court. I was actually very interested to see how Mikal Bridges helped with that connection as well. But I guess we'll just see how Mikal, Brunson, and Hart work together. So I guess we'll just see that. We'll see how Towns meshes with this team. Because offensively, this team, I mean, they lost a little bit of offense with DiVincenzo leaving or getting traded. So they're not as offensive as they were. But I think they'll still be okay. They should still be okay. We'll see what goes down. We'll see what happens. But I'm interested. Now that Knicks-Celtics game on the first night of the season is going to be more interesting now. So we'll see how that goes. But it is what it is, man. So until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love support as always. Had to pop in real quick and speak my thoughts. You will see me this coming week because next Saturday is Bad Blood. You know we do our predictions that time. And yeah, that's about it. You know, as I continue this NBA 2K25, you already know how it goes. But until next time, peace, love, 100. You heard?